Everybody's here now. We got something to talk about. Just have to sit down. We're gonna talk it out. Say something. That's what we're gonna do.
Hello there, church, and I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Say Something with Cherie. I am your host, Sister Bertha Mae Jenkins of the East Side Jenkins, not the West Side, because they still think they better than us, church, and I don't like it. All right. Now, we're going to get ready to get into the 60-second Get Right. I want to school y'all about church attire. That's right. Some of y'all are just pathetic, and I got to tell y'all about yourself. Now, most of y'all been going to church before BC, all right? So you should already know how to dress at the church. Now, ladies, y'all have y'all breasts out in front of the congregation, and the pastor can't even get a word before the congregation and everything like that. And you supposed to be setting an example for the young girls, and it's just pathetic. Now, Jesus knows what you look like naked, so he don't want to see it all the time, and neither do I, all right? Now, you fellas, I'm going to talk to y'all. I need y'all to pull y'all britches up because you're just disrespectful. I don't want to see your Fruit of the Looms any longer. You understand what I'm saying? And then you wonder why you can't get no job. You can't get no job because you ain't dressing presentable. All right? Now, this concludes the 60-second Get Right. If you don't like it, you can meet me outside in the parking lot. I could care less. All right? Now I'm going to introduce the guest for today's show and everything like that.
I did not ask you to introduce my guest. I didn't. No. This is my show. I just asked you to come say hello to the people.
But this is the second time you ain't been on time, baby.
Okay, but I just asked you to say hello.
All right, I did, but you still wasn't here on time. So a sister got to do what she got to do.
Sister Bertha Mae,
yes.
I'm not going to disrespect you.
No, you better not.
Show.
Well, it's about to be my show. 3 strikes in your eye, baby.
Okay.
3 strikes in your eye.
Well, thank you for saying hi. I just want to introduce my own co-host, okay? I got some special people in the building.
Okay,
can I do that?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank y'all for joining me. And please forgive my friend, but I want to be the one to introduce these co-hosts today. They mean so much to me. Now, later on in the show, I have Pastor Lula Crayon. You don't want to miss her. But right now, please help me welcome Bishop Gregory L. Fann, along with his son, Enrique Fann. There you go. Oh, come on, Pops. I love these ties. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to give you some love. I'm going to be nice.
This time.
Yes! Don't sit down just yet. Come on over here, because I got some space now. I had to kick that old lady off my set.
Yeah, I saw her.
Wasn't she rude?
No, actually, she was very polite to me, so.
You know what? Anyways, now that she's out of here for now, I love her though. Thank you guys so much for coming on, being my co-host today. I'm excited about the conversation, but first, tell the people who you are. Right there.
Thank you so very much, son. I'm Bishop Greg Fann, the senior, better known Greg Fann, the preacher man, pastor of Liberty International Church in Atlanta, Georgia, and the bishop presiding prelate for the LISM ministry, the Liberty Support Ministries.
Godly man, that's what he said. For all those who didn't catch it.
Absolutely.
And I am Enrique Fann, radio personality, co-owner of Old School Flavor Restaurant, and they call me Enrique Fann, the man with the plan. See, this is the preacher man, and I'm the man with the plan. See how that works?
Lord help.
How you got a plan? I don't know. We're going to find out. Stay right there. We are talking about why the millennials are leaving church. And then, is church overrated? We don't know. We're going to find out. Stay right there. We'll be back. Welcome back to Say Something. I have an exciting show for you today. It's a hot topic, and it's talking about church. Is church overrated, and why are the millennials leaving? So, of course, I could not have this topic without a bishop, Bishop Gregory L. Fann, and he's here along with a friend of mine who would have known his dad is a bishop, Enrique Fann. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you for coming back.
Well, I'm glad to be here with you, Cherie. I mean, even when I'm with him, but I'm glad to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving that you're here. Yes, because he and I, this love-hate relationship, is too much. But I'm excited to have you here and talk about this whole church thing, because people at my age, my peers, we're finding out that churches is overrated. We don't want to go. You're in my age range as well. So what do you have to say about church being overrated? And
Church is never overrated.
it's not overrated.
It's never overrated. I feel that because of the prosperity message that you guys have been getting for years and years and years, people have bought into that prosperity message. Now they find out it ain't no truth or substance in it. But the real ministers, the one that really preaching the real gospel, the substance gospel, people are coming back to those churches and they're leaving the prosperity churches because they find out that message is what, during my time, it was a Reverend Eichmann Coler message. It was, you know, that message of having it right now, riches, you know, being all everything materialistic. But the message, true message is where we're going to spend eternity and the happiness that we need to have here and learning how to love one another as you are loved. That's a real message.
That is a real message. And that is kind of taught right now when we go to church. We hear that, but you're right, it's more prosperity and thinking that we're going to get that right now, but we only see that prosperity from the pulpit. We don't actually see that being or coming all the way out into the pews where the money is coming out of our pocket. How do you feel?
I don't think that it's overrated. I think what has happened, as we always talk about, is that since social media and things are starting to change, you're not seeing a lot of celebrities who are considered to be hip really promoting churches. So the people are now not really looking to that because they just want to be what they see on TV.
It's
So
true.
I think that if more of our celebrities were actually glorifying the churches, actually being parts of the churches, then more people would start to come because it'll be a trend for them, but
Yeah.
at least we will have them there to get some of the message.
But you do see the celebrities actually give thanks to God and they do recognize Jesus Christ and they do give honor to God. So you're saying they should
They give
highlight
honor-
the
no,
church?
yeah, because you said it was the church over there, the actual
Right.
building. So I think that they praise God, again, because it's something that's taught to them. And you know, your parents
Yes.
teach you to always put God first, so you always say, thank you, Jesus. And some people, if we want to break it down, probably don't even believe what they're saying. They just say it
This is
because
true.
it's the trained behavior. But I think that if they actually put more emphasis on going to the churches and actually patronizing the actual building or, you know, being a part of the
Being a part of
congregation,
it.
that the people will probably start to go back to church.
Well, my thing is, at our church, is that we keep it real. Because I'm a
Come
crazy,
on now, we need them.
I'm a crazy preacher. I'm like Rick K. He is a product of his daddy for real. Because I'm gonna just say it just like it is. And because people are looking for the truth.
Yes.
They're not looking for the false doctrine. They're not looking for. I mean, even young people, they're looking for the
Yes.
truth. They want to hear the truth. Tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Just tell it just like it is. No chaser. Just give it to
Just
me.
give it to you.
Because that's what they want to hear. Because everything I hear that they're hearing is like Chinese food. It tastes good, it feels good, but then after a while, where is it? You know,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I mean, so that's what I see from young people, and I don't use things to entice young people to come to church. You know, the church is not a place to entertain.
Right.
See, we got more entertainment going on in the church than what's real going on in the church. So
Yeah.
I don't entertain. I just tell it like it is. I don't rely on entertainment in the church. I don't care if it ain't but 5 of us in there. Those 5 of us, we're going to keep it real.
So you believe that is exactly what, well, since we're there, let's talk about what do you use to draw in millennials? Because the second question is millennials are turning away from church. And it's because of, they're saying one thing, but they're getting another thing. So how do you draw millennials to you when you take out the entertainment?
Easy. Show them love, real love, genuine love. Teach them how to love themselves. Because first of all is they don't know how to love themselves.
This is true.
That's the
This is
first
true.
thing. We got to teach them how to love yourself. You got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. So we got to teach them how to love. And many of them never got love from home because what their parents did is they gave them, they bought them, they didn't really love them. You know, their type of love was buying them, educating them, so they felt they were love. But love is not just embracing, but love is giving and showing them how to give and how to share. Let me just tell you a story, just as a brief story. When I was a kid, my brother and I, there were cookies they called rock and roll. There were 2 cookies in a pack. And so my brother wanted one of the cookies, and I spit on the cookie, and I said, you can't have any. And so my mom took the cookie, and she mashed it down. She said, if he can't have it, you can't have
All
it.
right.
That's your brother. You got to learn how to share with your brother, care for your brother, and love your brother.
Wow.
And we got that kind of relationship even today because we were taught love.
taught, yeah.
These young people have been taught love. They don't understand love. They don't understand love. That's why they running for love over here, love over there. I heard your other segment. They just running for love, 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 love. But they can't find love. Until you find Jesus, that's only when you're going to find true love.
Yeah, that is true, and that's something that you said something that they're looking for the truth. 'Cause even with my daughter, I find out sometime when I slack up on her and I let her figure it out for herself and I move back, I see where she's like, no, I need that. When I'm all up on her like Mama Bear, I see her actually do better because they're not really looking for friends. They're looking for love. They're looking for teaching. They're looking for structure. They're looking for parenting. So that is true what you say. They're looking for the people in the church to be leaders as well. Somebody else you can go to. So with yourself, you're my age.
I think you
Are you? I'm not older than him. He's like way older than me. But it's that potion that he drinks. But listen, so look, are you? Well, that's your father. So are you? You were brought and raised up in church. So are you right now torn away from church? Because you're here in Atlanta with us, the big churches, entertainment, as you just said.
Well, the one thing I like about my father's church, and the one thing that all of my friends like whenever they go visit, is that it's a small church and he's very tangible. He's the type of person that when you walk up to him, he's gonna shake your hand, he's gonna acknowledge you, he's gonna know your name. And when you go to the mega churches, you're just a dollar sign most of the time. I went to Eddie Long's church.
But you be saying no names on here, honey.
I went
Don't
to a
you?
mega church, I should say.
Yes.
Some years ago, and we weren't able to get into the service. So I had to sit in the overflow and watch it on a screen, and I was like, this is not real to me because I could watch a screen at home. So I don't know. As far as my church going, I have to tell the truth right now. I haven't been to church in a while.
Oh.
But
Your dad started shaking his leg. Look, your daddy was like,
And I often tell myself that I need to get up and go, but I do a lot of traveling and things on Sunday.
I mean,
so.
excuses.
No, that is the truth, but it is an excuse, but it is the truth. But and then there's times when I find myself at home, I say, well, I'm gonna get up and go, and then I just don't. So yeah.
So I mean, you pretty much just said exactly what the other millennials are saying. Like you don't see the need to go to church.
It's not that I don't see the need. I do see the need. It's like that battle of trying to pull myself from the bed and
to go just be in the audience.
Like a workout.
A number.
When you start working out, once you start working out, you stay on that regimen. But when you break away from it, you kind of lose it. And with me, if I get up and go to church 3 Sundays in a row, then I'm on the road. Once I break that one time and I find something else to do or stay in to sleep later, I'm right back to that. So I'm battling that right now. Don't shoot me. Don't push me out.
Listen, let me just say this to you, Sherry. This is true. That's the norm. What he's saying is the norm for most people.
Yeah.
If they get a regimen to go to church, they take off one Sunday, it's easy not to go the next Sunday. It was like that for us. It was like that for me before I found the Lord, truly found the Lord. I mean, I went to church, but hey, if I miss a Sunday, I'm gonna be going back there. That's not a millennial thing. That's just people.
Well, yeah, I understand. I get that. That's people. But then I'm just so glad my Jesus Christ ain't like that.
Yeah, I mean,
like he gonna bless us a couple times, then he's not gonna bless us no more because
when I'm battling with it in my head,
Yeah.
I say, now if Jesus took this time off, if Jesus decided he wanted to stay in the sleep, then what would I do? And
Right.
that's what kind of balances me out. But again, it still hadn't got me up. I mean, I'm still battling. I'm still a work in progress, but I'm trying.
okay, you're trying.
She said when.
So,
I can't lie.
I love that. And you know what? And because I want to make a correction, I stopped Enrique. You can say anything you want. This is say something. I'm not scared to announce anybody's name or what they do on the show. So that was Bishop Eddie Long's church. May he rest in peace. That mega church, one of the mega churches that we have here. And that is true. When you go into them, you're in the balcony and you're watching it on TV and it's not the same. So I understand that. But yourself, you have a smaller church.
Yes.
So what has been what has been the hardest part of trying to grow your church?
Now, I don't have a hard part of growing my church. I really don't. Because I grew up under Reverend Abernathy at West Island Street Baptist Church as a kid. He baptized, licensed, and ordained me in the ministry. So I was in a large church. Our church was smaller, but when when he blew up, we moved on Gordon Street. The church got bigger. People lost the friendliness. They lost the family atmosphere. I like a small church where we are family. Where I know the members, they know me. They can be themselves. I can be myself. I don't have to have security. I don't have to have this. I don't have to have that. I don't have to have any of that. I'm not looking for the numbers. I'm looking for quality. not quantity.
Well, do you believe that it's true that if you are active in the community where your church is, because you should be reachable, your community
Sure.
should know you there, does that not draw members to your church? Should that not, bring people in?
Well, I pastor folks in my community and they don't even come to church because everybody walking down that street, they know me. You can't go up by my building, my yard, where they don't call and say, do Bishop know you over there? They'll call me and say, Bishop, you know so-and-so him. They don't come to church, but I'm still their pastor. I'm still their community because I'm out there in the community, I'm working in the community. That's the way the old preacher used to be. Whether you came to the church or not, people knew the preacher and they respected the church. And that's the way people over there. I got a homeless guy that sleep in my church on the ground. And when I come there, he's there. I said, did you clean up today? He said, yeah. I said, go over there and get that paper, get this and get. But they respect me. But he never comes to church, but he's sitting there every day at that church. And I don't run him away from that. He's my security.
That's the love that you give them, right?
That's the love.
That's that salvation that you're still saving their soul. And for you yourself, we're gonna get ready to go to commercial and come back here. But before I leave, because we're gonna let Enrique step off, and we're gonna bring on Pastor Lula Crayon to join us in this conversation. Enrique, before you leave, because you were brought up in church again, I'm gonna keep saying it because you don't go to church. But no, on a serious note, how do you reach people in the entertainment industry, such as you working right now?
As far as the church is concerned?
Yes, about their salvation.
Regardless of me visiting the actual sanctuary, I still have church in me because my father's been a preacher since I was 7, and I'm now, as old as I am. So I do a lot of teaching to my peers as far as the things that I was taught. Like my Facebook posts are very positive, and I'm always trying to instill nuggets into people daily because I feel like if we don't, and you have that platform, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're doing the community an injustice. So I try my best to teach the people the things that I was taught. So when it comes to other entertainers, I always tell them that you got to give praise to somebody because you didn't just get this from nowhere. This didn't just pop up out of thin air for your success or your fame. So you have to still acknowledge God in everything you do.
Right. And before I let you go, I'm gonna ask this question. You come across as feminine. Are you gay?
I am a same-gender loving young man.
Same gender. And I want you to say that because that is a big controversy in the church. And your father being a bishop here,
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. But that's good because they're going to have to tune back in for that show because what did it take for you? And I know they're telling me to wrap it up. But before I let Enrique leave off this set, because this conversation will continue with Pastor Crayon, how did you come to the terms with accepting that your son was gay?
Because he's my son and I love him. And the reality of it is I told him what the Bible says. He has to work out his own soul salvation, but I'm not going to not love my child because he's my child.
Thank you.
That's the problem we have with too many people now. They don't love their children because of whatever their sexual preference is or whatever they may be or do. But God gave him to me, and he's mine, and I love him. But do I agree with everything he do? No, I don't. But I love him. I love him anyhow.
I love that.
Let me say this really quick. We do have 2 YouTube installments. It's called Father and Son Unconditional Love.
Really?
Where we actually discuss this because people have asked us this forever.
I'm
because
sure.
We're so close, and they look at it and say, well, if he's homosexual and you're a preacher, how is that meshing? Yeah. But we do have those installments, so I'll give you those links so that way you're.
Yeah, we're gonna have those links running at the screen so you guys can check in on that. I want to check in on it as well, and I do want to bring you guys back about this conversation. I have other friends that's in the LGBT community, and I love to hear their side of the story. So stay right there. We're gonna come right back. We'll have Pastor Lula Crayon with us.